The Deck Network. Build a deck. Bam! This is the Deck Network. I'm your host, Mike Danzilio, and we have the King of Queens here, right straight back from Citi Field. What's going on, Matt?
The Mets' biggest fan, Matt Dalton. Remember, here at the Deck Network, it's all decks all the time.
Great job, Matt.
Thank you.
Okay, so on today's show, we're going to do something a little bit different. In past years, we've been putting the Azek railings and the Timbertech railings on separate shows. But since the two companies have merged, and if we even look on their website, their railings have merged on the website. So if we go to the Azek page and we go to the products and railing, we're going to come down to here and we'll scroll down and it'll have all of them on there. So all the different railings from both Azek and Timbertech, we knew that was going to happen.
So now we're merging the shows.
They're going to morph it in. So this show is definitely going to be merged together.
Is that better for the consumer, Mike? Having
of course.
all under one umbrella like that?
Because it's just going to make the products better.
Yeah.
So there's just two companies. There's Trex and there's Azek now, and that's it. All right, so we're going to talk about the contemporary rails.
Okay.
And
I'm a contemporary kind of guy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, okay. So we're going to look at the Impressions rail. So Matt, you want to grab that aluminum rail that's over there?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the aluminum rail. Aluminum has become very big over the past few years. Reason being is people ask for a smaller, less bulky railing that is still as strong, and this is what we have right here. Then they'll say, well, I had a wrought iron railing. Well, you would never buy wrought iron anymore because it just rusts. You have to paint them twice a year. So this is the Azek Impressions rail, aluminum. It comes in this two post sizes, the 2-inch and the 3-inch size. At No Maintenance X, we only carry the 3-inch size because it's just worth it. And I think that
what's the price difference there?
It's $38.50 a linear foot. It's a couple. It's definitely more for the wider one over the narrower one. So we're pricing. We can pull this back. This year we've had some internal meetings at the Deck Network and of course No Maintenance Decks, and we've decided to base the rails on 8-foot sections now. For many years we sold mostly 6-foot sections. But at the past few years, it's gone to pretty much 8-foot sections, and the baluster counts work better that way. So these prices that I'm quoting you now are retail prices for an 8-foot railing, sleeve cap and skirt, and the railing and balusters, square balusters, not the aluminum or the cable rail. So on the Impressions rail, the Azek Impressions rail, we have $38.50 a linear foot. Pretty good.
Pretty decent.
Well, what's great about that kind of rail is that if you have to put a composite rail on a area, something masonry, then you're going to have to put this hammer drill in. You got to put the special screws and have a part that fits what we call a flush mount post, and that's anywhere from $50 to $75. But the aluminum rails, that's the way that they come. So if you have something masonry, you definitely go right to the aluminum. You get cost effective and you get a very nice rail.
It looks very nice, very sharp.
Oh yeah, they do really well on that. Okay, so let's go to the Evolutions Builder Rail. This is going to be the first one in line there.
Whoa!
This is turn it around, please. And look
at this thing.
Yeah, it's when someone says a builder rail. Let's just quickly look at what we have here. We have about a 5.5-inch sleeve. This is made out of composite. It's not a PVC and other alloy or compounds mixed in with it. When you say a builder rail, you have 2x4s, top and bottom, a builder style rail, and they got these aluminum balusters in. Yeah, let's blast that out of there. So we can see it right here. And if you went to the Azek site and you look down a little further, you can see this rail and you can use the different infill options. You can put it with the aluminum balusters or the glass. I don't even think you can put a square I suppose you could. You'd have to cut it because it's not going to come the correct size. But these
it has a different look to it. It's pretty cool looking.
It's a less expensive rail. It's something that's been around for an awful long time. $34.61 a linear foot. That's calculated at this year's pricing for the 8-foot section. Okay. So what you would use is use a piece of decking to match the deck that you have.
And so that's not factored into that price?
Yes, it is. Half a piece of decking, average cost decking. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, because you wouldn't put that rail on a legacy deck. It just wouldn't go. All right, so let's look at the Evolutions rail Contemporary. So it's very similar to the Builder one, but it has It has a nice flat top, and it doesn't have the 2x4s vertical. It has a real rail. top and bottom.
A little bit more modern looking.
Well, this particular one has the glass infills. If they got the glass, no, this one is. Excuse me. This one has the cable infills. So we can. You can have. Let's pull this out of the way so we can.
Oofa!
Yeah. So there's different infill options that you can get. You can get the square balusters, the square composite balusters, and that's how I have it priced for the Evolution's Contemporary. Is $38 a linear foot for the Evolution's Contemporary rail
Okay, the
with
one
the
we
square
just saw.
balusters. And of course, it's going to be more if you have the aluminum balusters, which you have see here, and the cable infills, and then you have the glass channel there. You can still use them with the different railings. Now, what Azek and Timbertech have done well is they have what they call their dual branded. So the same balusters will work on Azek and Timbertech. They've been trying to merge this for a long time, so they're cutting down on the different parts.
And just make the existing ones better.
Yes, yeah, and it just makes it work better. So, so let's just look at that again. We have the Evolution's Contemporary rail at $38 a linear foot. So let's look at what's the next one in line here. I think that we're going to go up to
Radiance?
the standard profiles. Let's look at the brown one that you have there. Yeah, the red. Flip it around, please, man. This one is the Radiance Rail Express. Now, the Radiance Rail has been an industry standard for many, many years, and Timbertech at the time knew it was kind of pricey, so they came up with a stripped-down version, for lack of a better word. So they have a 4-inch sleeve. I think the cap and the skirt are very nice.
Doesn't look bad.
And they have a rail. It's just a one-piece. It's not a two-piece rail. So when you have a one-piece, then you're going to have a hardware showing. So you're going to see that on there. So let's pull that one down. Now that just comes in the two colors: the black and the Kona color. And you can see that. Now it does come in white also. Okay, so I do have another price on that. So if we have the Radiance Rail Express, the white is $28 a linear foot based on the 8-foot section, and the color is $35 a linear foot. So it's still cost effective. So let's think about that dark colored brown. People come in all the time, and we do sell a less expensive PVC rail here at No Maintenance Decks at about $24 a linear foot. And then people want colors. We'll say, well, how can you get a PVC with a color? Well, you can't, because PVC, when they want to put colors on them, they're not going to be a rich color. You can get a light gray and a light brown. So you're going to be up to in the $30 a foot, 30 inches or whatever it is.
So you might as well go with...
So then you can just go to a composite rail, which is going to last longer. Certainly looks better, has the richer colors, and has the cost. It's very cost effective for that black and that Kona color.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into the next one.
It's a big mamma jamma right here.
Let's see if that's the one we want to work on. Okay, it's yeah, that's going to be the Radiance rail. Let's look at that one next. This one is the one that ever since we started selling Timbertech and Azek rails years ago, this is the one we sell the most of. Okay, you have a 5-inch sleeve, beautiful handrail up on top here. Balusters, you can use the square balusters, you can use the round aluminum balusters, the square aluminum balusters. Let's go down, you can see all the different infill options. I think that somewhere you can change all the infills. So, Matt, in this one you can put the lights on, as you see right here.
So this
you
is,
got the
you
lights.
can customize
You
this
can
one.
put the under rail light under here.
We have shows on the
This
lighting.
is,
Check it
if
out.
you want to know more about that, you can always check out the different shows, the Timbertech and Azek light show that Matt and I did recently. So let's look at what, and you can change these colors of any. Let's just change this to a white.
What was the price? You give the price on that?
The Radiance Rail. The white is $39 a linear foot, and the color is $46 a linear foot. Let's change some of these infill options
that's
we
cool.
have right here. So we just changed it to the square or the aluminum balusters. Get the cable infills, which looks great. We
That
sell,
does look
and
cool.
if
Very
you want to know
modern.
more about cable with pricing, there's a show that we did last year. It's called Cable Railing for 2017. The prices is pretty much similar. We're not going to do another one this year. We're running out of time. And you can also put the glass panels in there. We don't sell too many glass panels, but we sell an awful lot of the cable because the glass needs to be cleaned, and the cable, you just leave it. So
Yeah,
there's
that's
different
good.
pricing that you'll see that, but on the square balusters, and you know the aluminum balusters are similar pricing. So the Radiance rail was $39 a linear foot for the white, which is the one we sell all the time. We'll get 3 people come here in a row with vans, and they'll just load up, and because you can't, nobody stocks it, and nobody has it at that price. So we just sell lots and lots and lots of it. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one, which is going to be the the Azek Premier in the trademark rail. Is actually not that one. It's over on that. Oh, we got to go one of the interns.
We'll
over
grab
here.
one of the interns.
Yeah.
I'll meet them over there
Yeah.
and we'll grab it. Yeah, guys, you're doing great.
Yeah, great job.
You're gonna go places in this business. All right.
Okay, so we're going to look at this is the Premier in the trademark rail. I'll show you the differences on those in a second. Let's take a quick look at them. Now, this has the cable infill. Beautiful. This top rail is the trademark rail. It's a little bit rounded. Is there a small piece somewhere over there? Yeah, a small piece of white. I had one over here so we could take a look at the cross section of it. So this one has a 5.5-inch post. There's one over there, way over there, Matt, over in the studio, over in the huge pile of stuff.
Yeah, we're just up to our necks and decks over there, literally.
So this one is the 5.5-inch post. It's larger than what you would use for the Timbertech Radiance post, which is a 5-inch post. And then for the Timbertech Radiance Rail Express, that's a 4-inch post. They all have lights to fit in the top of them. Again, if you want to see more on the Timbertech and Azek lights, you look at the show for the Azek and Timbertech lights that Matt did and I did recently. So there's 2 caps. These are all the same ones on here. So this one is not the island cap. This is the pyramid cap. So let's blast this one off so we can get some room in here. So this is a cross section of the trademark rail. It's a little rounded. I mean, these are nice. These are really nice rails.
Yeah, that's sharp.
We don't sell too many of them. This is the one we do sell the most of. Is the Premier rail, and it's this profile. And people ask, well, okay, then why do you have so many different post sizes? Well, if you cut this on a 45-degree angle, it wouldn't fit between the 2 beads of the Timbertech Radiance rail. But the Radiance rail is not as wide here, so when you cut that on that angle, it fits inside there. So this requires the 5.5-inch sleeve with this one. I'm sure you can use it, and plenty of people do, but if you don't have angles that you're using it on, you can use the other sleeve because it's beautiful. It has the nice beads on it. So the lights come for all the different ones. Again, this one has all the infill options. It comes in white, black, Kona, which is the most popular of the non-white colors. You got the brownstone and the slate gray. Again, huge seller. You can look at this beautiful photo down here, and you can change all the infill options. Let's go to the there's a cable. Okay, cable. The cable just looks great. It just we sell so much of it.
That really helps with the sight line. You know, you have a nice view. It's not really
that's kind of pricey though. And as we're talking about prices, we're going to look at this here. We're going to see that the Premier and trademark in the white is about $50 or $50.50 a linear foot. So it's quite a bit more than the Timbertech rate.
Yeah, you're going to pay for it.
And the colors are about $57. There's just more to it. They're heavier. There's more material there. The cable rail looks just phenomenal, and but you can get that similar look by using the aluminum round. Your sight line goes through that, so you can see right through there. Your eyes don't stop at the baluster. Now let's just change that into a white. So your eyes it stops when you get to the white, whereas the black aluminum or round baluster, you go right through it. So that's a nice one. It's one of our tricks that we.
And we encourage you to go to azek.com and mess around with the different.
Okay, so those are, as we spoke, the white Premier and trademark were about $50.50 or $51 a linear foot. The colors are about $57, so it is a little bit more, but there's more to it.
Yeah.
And then you can get those beautiful lighted island caps with that 5.5-inch post. That's one of my all-time favorites. All right, let's going to get into the last one, which is going to be the reserve rail. Now, the reserve rail is it's a niche. It's for, first of all, the deck has to be pretty big to be able to withstand this sort of proportion.
You got to see this freaking thing.
Yeah, it's big. It's got that almost a 6-inch cap. It's got this. I think this is a 6 1/4-inch post. It's got the massive island cap. You can't get a light on that one inside here. But this one it has a rectangular baluster. If you have we sell some of these in some of these monster houses up on the North Shore of Long Island. They have patios up on the hole around the top, and something too small, it looks too small, too spindly. This just looks better, bigger, and this is just a super high-end rail, but along with that, you get a little bit more price on that.
Yeah, what's that?
It's just about $70 a linear foot based on an 8-foot section.
Wow.
So we'll sell a couple of them a year, a couple of.
These are special order?
Oh yeah, those will be special order.
But we'll get it in quick.
Oh well, we get stuff. We get stuff from our good friends at Parkside.
You know, when you're part of the Deck Network, we
just
just
about
make things
every day.
happen. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see more specifically about these rails at the show named Azek Railing or Timbertech Railing on the Deck Network that Matt and I did.
Right on our channel
You can
here.
also see some real quickies on the 2-minute decking shows that I talk about these also.
2-minute decking. That's a new program?
That's the new program. It's which we.
I must have missed a couple of the filmings.
Yeah,
was in traffic.
Unfortunately you didn't make the cut on that
Oh.
one because there's only room for one person
host.
telling jokes
no
on that
co-host.
one.
No
Yeah,
co-host
yeah.
needed. Okay. We'll see. Maybe I'll try to make a cameo in the future.
Yeah, well,
I want to check those out. Those sound like pretty good
because a lot of
videos.
people, over the years, people want to watch faster videos.
Get the
Shorter
information,
time, yeah,
get out.
Yeah, we look at the bounce rates when we look at all these YouTube videos, and people they don't want to watch them for that long. So people would rather watch 5 2-minute videos than 1 10-minute video. So that's what we
Makes
see.
sense.
That's what we look at the numbers. That's what we seem to get. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments regarding any of these products, you can write me, Mike, at thedecknetwork.com, or
Matt at thedecknetwork.com. Questions, comments, concerns are always appreciated there.
okay, Matt, you didn't say anything about my pink shirt today.
I was going to say, the designers here, the wardrobe folks, are really setting you up to succeed with the
We
pink.
got so many emails last year about the pink shirt. They said, Mike,
had to bring it back.
Yeah, Mike, you can pull that pink shirt off. I didn't think so, but so we wore it.
He wears it well.
for our fans, and they know who they are. Okay, and again, questions or comments could be directed to me, Mike, at the Deck Network, or Matt
At thedecknetwork.com.
Okay, and that's it for today's show.
Pretty good.
Have a great day.
Put some decks up.
Build some decks. Ciao for now.